let's move on now to the Los Angeles Chargers and our Rookie to Watch series, where Ryan and I, we will break down why one rookie from the 2023 draft class will have the biggest impact for the team in the 2023 NFL season. But before we do that, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Also ring the bell to get notified when we create new content. We are doing a Rookie to Watch series for all 32 teams, and we will also be doing a season-long competition between Ryan and I, a little brotherly fun competition where we will predict every single NFL game, and we will be releasing a video for every NFL game. And if you want to see those videos come out, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to follow our competition. And Ryan, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
Going into this, not really too difficult, kind of a back and forth, but Quentin Johnston is going to be the main rookie to watch for Los Angeles here. We thought about maybe Thule just because of his kind of freakish nature as well. But with Quentin Johnston, and now they have Kellen Moore as well, having a three-headed monster for this receiving room with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and then Quentin Johnston following up. That's going to be the biggest one to watch as well, in my opinion, because he's going to be competing with some time with Joshua Palmer as well from Tennessee, who they got 2 years ago, who had started to improve a little bit. So he's going to be the one where, like, if he doesn't, if he falls off just a little bit, unlike some of these other rookies, like where he's starting right now, Josh Palmer's going to be right there in the wings. So they're going to be. It's going to be interesting to watch his development. Is he going to start taking some snaps away from Josh Palmer? Is he going to be maybe he was a little bit too hyped? I feel like he's going to start taking snaps away from Josh Palmer. He's just a little bit more freakishly athletic. Yeah. And defenses are still going to have to focus on Mike Williams and Keenan Allen because both those guys are 1,000-yard receivers, giving him an opportunity with some of his mismatches.
Yeah, Quentin Johnston, to me, the more I watched him after the draft, I was like, he really is like the perfect threat, I think, to throw in to that mix because Mike Williams is a deep threat jump ball guy. Keenan Allen is the shiftier slot receiver, right? And then I feel like Quentin Johnston is like somewhere in the middle between those two guys, right? And he's like Mike Williams' size, but he runs routes more like Keenan Allen, and he is a lot better after the catch than Mike Williams is. And I just think you look at him, and he could really take this offense to a whole nother level. We said this kind of with Seattle, where realistically I could see them having 3 1,000-yard receivers, and I could see the Chargers realistically having 3 1,000-yard receivers with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnston. And especially, too, I think you throw in Austin Eckler in there. He'll get some catches. The offensive line should be much improved, right? Corey Linsley's coming back healthy. Not Christian Darrisaw. Rashawn Slater is coming back healthy. And so it's like that is going to allow just more time for Justin Herbert to pick defenses apart. So
well, especially, too, and it's Justin Herbert now is coming into his third year, I believe, right? Or fourth. Yeah. And I think he actually just got a nice big contract extension as well. So if I'm getting someone up, again, the quarterback's confused or mixed up, he is going to be having a contract extension here and a hefty payday. So this is his time right here. He's entering the prime of his career. He's just been on some fortunate ends of some very tight and important games throughout the regular season against the Chiefs and also against just other teams as well. How last year ended was unfortunate, too, because everyone would have loved to have seen a Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert playoff game, which I feel like is going to be coming this year. And now having Kellen Moore right behind him and in this offense, I think it's only going to improve Justin Herbert. And any improvement from Justin Herbert is going to give even more opportunity for Quentin Johnston to exceed and exploit those mismatches that we talked about earlier. And I love that comparison, actually, too. I think he is a hybrid blend between Mike Williams and Keenan Allen because he kind of is. He can go get those jump balls, and that's where that freakish nature comes from. But then he's quick and shifty like Keenan Allen. And so
he needs to be coached up a little bit on the jump balls. That was probably, for a guy his size, he didn't play very physical at the catch point. And that was probably like his biggest knock was that maybe he just wasn't the most natural hands catcher in this draft and that he wasn't aggressive at the catch point to go get the ball. And it was like, other than that, he ran pretty good routes. He ran a pretty limited route tree. But what he did run was nice. And so, like, to me in this offense, one, I expect them to throw the football at least 50 times a game. Like, with Austin Eckler is basically a receiver in a running back's body. And then you have these 3 receivers outside with Josh Palmer as your wide receiver 4. It's just insane. And so I really like what he brings to this team. I think he makes them elite, even more elite than they already were. And man, this defense better get ready because offenses are going to be throwing the kitchen sink at them to put up points to try and keep up with the way that the Chargers offense is going to play. So,
yeah. Well, because even on top of that too, I mean, they do have Jared Everett, and then they Donald Parham as well at the tight end positions, but Everett's in his mid-30s, and so they're not going to have too many. Like, they're going to have a tight end, but there's not going to be a main threat. I think overall, it's mainly honestly going to be potentially just an additional blocker, and so. I agree. I think that they're going to have a three-headed monster at the receiving room right there. And then with Austin Eckler in the backfield, you can make it four because I think he had over 100 catches last year, one of the few running backs, I think, to do that.
Did he do – no, he didn't do 1,000. He did like 1,000, like 500 or something. Like 1,000 rushing and 500 receiving, I believe.
Something close, yeah. Because he is another one as well. Then going back to how Quentin Johnston is going to have a successful year is already the mismatches that he makes. Austin Eckler, you have to have a guy covering Austin Eckler at all times. So he's just another mismatch for this defense is trying to have to figure out, which is going to give him some more opportunity to succeed.
Yeah. So he had 915 rushing yards and 722 receiving yards last year. So that's a pretty solid year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just another wrinkle to this offense that defenses are going to have to cover. So I'm really excited for Quentin Johnston and the Chargers. I think this is shaping up to be a potential Super Bowl contending team, if I'm being honest. So let's go ahead and wrap up this episode of the Tracy Take here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who your favorite Chargers rookie is going to be to watch. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.